Throughout 2014, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary as a publicly traded company. We've certainly come a long way. Today we continue our commitment to stewardship of the environment and the natural resources and other assets we manage. It's a commitment we take very seriously. Our long-term planning in Maine demonstrates this commitment in meaningful ways.
I love the woods, I love being out here, I love the cold, the rain, the bugs.
Everybody who works in the woods is out here for a reason. We like the outdoors, we like to hunt, we like to fish.
I'm a resource forester. I'm very proud of what I do, and I want to be able to bring anybody into a job and have them look at it and see what I do.
I'm a scientist with Plum Creek. We want to make sure that we're not impacting anything in a negative way. It's always changing. It's adaptive management, and it's very important to be flexible in that respect.
Some would think that the only thing that we do is harvest wood. The reality is it's a small portion of our daily jobs. It's managing the complete forest.
When you think about a day in the life of a forester, you really start with stewardship commitment. From the perpetual growing and harvesting of trees, while protecting wildlife, water, rare plants, and recreational opportunities.
This is where it all starts. This is IFMS, Integrated Forestry Management System. At my fingertips, I have all the information for 460,000 acres of land. I can look at areas that we're planning on harvesting. I can bring up the contour lines. I can look at our hydrology layer and see whether there's brooks. I see the species of wood, volumes of wood, where all my roads are, where bridges are. The amount of information that we have is unbelievable. In the future, who knows, we could be managing this by the tree.
We're standing in a red pine plantation that was planted back in the 80s and then, probably 5 or 6 years ago. This is a practice that is carried out across Plum Creek's ownership across the nation. It's what ties us together. We grow and plant 60 million seedlings per year. It's part of our plantation forestry. It's part of regenerating the ground. It's part of the stewardship that we practice all over the country.
What we're doing here is tending the forest. We're releasing the understory and letting it grow to be the next forest on the site. I plan to harvest by using IFMS. I do a boots on the ground walk through and then do the layout.
What you're seeing here is an intermediate thinning where we get our first crop of saleable timber while we're letting in more light to the trees that remain and promoting their growth. And we're also paying very close attention to minimizing ground disturbance.
This stand was naturally regenerated from the original harvest. It was pre-commercially thinned, and now this is a first commercial entry. When we enter a stand, we decide the correct prescription for that stand, prescription being how we're going to harvest those trees for the short-term and long-term sustainability of that stand.
We operate throughout the United States, and that gives us the ability to adopt best practices from other areas. Let me give you an example. Chop and drop, where we chop trees, drop them in the water, a practice that was unheard of just a few years ago.
As you can see behind me, you've got the stream channel, and a lot of logs are in there. And this is exactly what we want to see. The stream is starting to go in a more natural flow. It's starting to meander more, and you're getting the habitat benefits. I really am excited about this because instead of waiting for nature to take 200 years for this process to occur, we're able to come in and actually make some instant changes that we can see the results in 2 to 5 years. About 5 years and beyond that, you'll start seeing the change in the fish number, size, and diversity of the communities.
When we look at the water here, we see that it's crystal clear, and this is coming out of a working forest landscape. There's commercial timber harvesting happening upstream. And the fact that we have clean water here shows us that best management practices have been used upstream to keep the water quality clean.
We left some pretty nice trees here. But it wasn't by accident. It was our forester working with our biologist who decided to leave these trees here for habitat for eagles that are known to be in the area.
As a biologist for Plum Creek, when I bring science to the table, it has to be combined with the forester's knowledge and experience to bring it actually to the ground.
Behind me are some retention patches that we left in our clear-cut harvest that we did back in 2001 to conserve some very unique ecological values, from large hardwood overstory, small wet areas, to down woody debris.
Forest management is a combination of science and art. From where we've come and from what we've learned, we are implementing great practices that will only leave our landscapes, our lands in a great position for our children and our children's children. As society has changed and demanded more environmental stewardship, Plum Creek has figured it out. It's not only the right thing to do, but it's good for long-term business.